Oh man, Rouge, we love you, girl. Cannot wait for that performance in just a moment. That was just the kind of chutzpah I need. And I'm going to need a black coffee for this one to get into another beautiful chat, courtesy of our Jacobs. Strong, just how I like it. We might need it for this morning's chat. This morning, we are going to have a heartfelt conversation, perfectly paired with Jacobs Origins Pure Latin America. Love the flavor profile. In fact, I'm going to just jumpstart my system. Oh, lovely. Hopefully you heard the slurp over the camera. I did that because this is a safe place, okay? This blend in particular captures the lively and vibrant spirit of Latin America's coffee-growing regions. They've been doing it for a while, and you can taste the difference. Ideal for those who enjoy a bright, uplifting cup with a gentle fruitiness and a clean, refreshing finish. Perfect any time of the day. Certainly perfect right now. So now we know that big feelings are a part of being human. It's the human condition. But for many men and boys, expressing those feelings, sadly, feels very complicated. We often get discouraged, firstly by ourselves, maybe by the society around us. Well, here to help navigate this with insight, compassion, and some practical tools is an incredible human being, a social worker at Hope House Counseling Center, Colin Krauts. Colin, I'm going to shake your hand for like the 9th time today. I love you, guy. I absolutely love you, man. Thank you for being here. We've had an amazing conversation already. So I've got a sense of how emotionally available you are. Not like that for most men.
Yeah.
When did you discover feelings and being able to talk about them? Was there space for you to share feelings, have these kind of conversations when you were growing up?
You know, when I was growing up, indirectly I saw men as being weak and vulnerable, you know. And that changed for me up until I got into spaces where I felt comfortable and, you know, where I can express myself, and just unlearning the stigma around the mental health and how men should be these strong people, you know, but they also just human.
How do you unlock it when you face the wall of trauma? And when that was part of what we were chatting about just now, is how a moment of trauma, even a small traumatic experience, if left unprocessed, can stay with you for life. One moment for 7 years if you don't deal with it. How do you get these young men, these boys, to open up and connect with their feelings?
You know, if you show up authentically, you automatically give them the permission to do the same.
The agency, I
exactly.
like that.
So if you show up like that, they will also embrace what they are feeling. If you are comfortable with speaking about your feelings, obviously they will do the same. And that's a connection that you have to build with him.
I like that, and that speaks very much to what we create here energetically. It's a transaction.
Exactly.
It's not just me preaching to you, you preaching to me. There needs to be an authentic connection and exchange.
Yeah.
But this says to me that you're going to be holding up a mirror every time you sit down and look into the face of one of these young men, one of these boys. You've got to face their trauma, and I would imagine trauma, unlike many of us can even begin to wrap our heads around.
Yeah.
You know, we've become so desensitized to that. How do you then handle and process the emotions? How do you talk about it?
You know,
are you processing and handling the emotions? Because it's a lot, man.
Yeah, so for me, self-care is big in our profession. You know, you have to look at yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So what I do is I take moments out for myself. I reflect on how I feel.
I'm going to have a sip, courtesy of that.
You know, how I feel about what has happened, you know, the counseling process, because it's emotionally draining for me.
Process.
So I need to take time out, you know, spend time with those who make me feel good and allow me to feel my feelings as well. So that is just how I deal with it.
Allow me to feel my feelings.
Yeah.
There is a practicality to the work that you do as well. It's not just all this higher thinking, really kind of deep emotional, where you've got to bring about a shift.
Yeah.
How do you achieve that with these young boys? How do you embrace those emotions and go through the eye of the storm, so to speak?
So with getting the young boys and men to speak about their feelings, you know, there's something called the emotional language. And as another language, it takes time and patience, you know, to learn that emotional language. And you start off with simple phrases such as, I feel okay, I feel sad, I feel nervous, I feel anxious. So just by saying things like that already starts the journey and sets the foundation of the building an emotional vocabulary. So it starts just off with this short emotive words, and then you can talk to yourself, have small conversations, just to feel what you're feeling in your body, you know. My chest feels tightened up.
I'm so glad you've used those words, because often we don't have the words. And I put so much praise on the musicians who come in here, incidentally, are healthier than all of us because they've been processing and writing music about it. But they give us the emotional language to be able to understand how we feel.
100%.
I've got to ask you on a personal level, how many young men and boys do you think you've helped through this gateway?
You know, you can never measure the amount of impact that you make on these young boys, but at least, like, if you can plant a seed, that is the most important thing for me. I'm just planting the seed. Whether I helped them, I don't know, but just planting the seed and letting them feel that they can express themselves in front of me.
A safe place. And there are so few safe places for these kids.
Yeah.
So few safe places left. If you want to help Colin in the work that he's doing, connect, just have a conversation with this incredible human being. Hope House Counselling Centre at Hope House Counselling Centre is where you can find them online. If you want to support, if you are someone, if you're a man who wants to have these kind of conversations, learn something about yourself and help another young man or boy through that gateway, do it. You will gain so much. And please take a leaf out of Colin's book. Just take a moment for yourself every once in a while. Bit of self-care. Cheers, brother. I really do love you, guy. Well done, man.
Thank you for having me.
Find your wonderful. JACOBS, wunderbar.